It is the dream of countless American families, a knock on the door from a big-time college football scout and a spot on a team that fills coliseums on Saturday. But tonight comes a revelation from a former star about the pain and pressure that exists inside the nation's football factories and the injectable risks some young men take in order to stay on the field. ABC News' chief investigative correspondent Brian Ross brings us this. Nightline Investigates.
Game day at USC in Los Angeles. Part of the huge college sports industry. With lucrative TV contracts, millionaire coaches, and avid fans, all dependent on their star players giving everything on the field, even when hurt.
I feel like there's really no other option because I wanted to play. They wanted me to play. They needed me to play.
But now ABC News has found that behind the scenes of that drive to win at USC and other major colleges, in tucked-away training rooms underneath the stadium, is the closely held secret of team doctors using powerful prescription painkillers to get student-athletes on the field despite painful injuries.
No discussion. Just go in. He would give me the shot, and I'll be on my way.
It's clearly not something the NCAA or USC want to talk about. And when we went to the USC stadium to get answers, we were escorted off the premises.
You guys are obviously making them uncomfortable.
The questions about the use of painkillers arise now as a former USC starting player is coming forward.
On 3rd and 7, pressured and sacked. ARMSTEAD.
Numbered 94, defensive lineman ARMSTEAD. He says to help lift the veil of secrecy.
It's always my dream to play for USC.
Talking publicly for the first time tonight on Nightline, the 6'5", 290-pound ARMSTEAD, a picture of health with no family history of heart problems, says the painkiller shots he got over the season as a USC player led to a heart attack he suffered at the age of 20.
I thought, can't be me, this doesn't happen to kids like me, but...
I mean, you're in great shape.
Yeah.
And you had a heart attack?
Yeah. I had a heart attack.
Now, with the backing of his parents, Krista and Gus, who once thought of themselves as part of the USC family, ARMSTEAD is suing the school and the team doctor, accusing them of putting football ahead of his health.
He was a racehorse, a prized racehorse that, needed to be on that field no matter what. And whether that was a risk to him or not.
In the lawsuit, ARMSTEAD alleges the doctor and the school ignored the risk from the painkiller being used, a generic version of Toradol, developed for use in treating post-operative pain in hospitals. The manufacturers warn it should only be used short-term and that potential side effects include an increased risk of myocardial infarction, heart attack, and stroke, which can be fatal.
As a mom, that was an atrocity. Because how many other kids are going to take these shots to get on that field not knowing this could kill you?
ARMSTEAD says the shots allowed him to play in key big games, despite first ankle and then later severe shoulder pain.
Stopped by ARMSTEAD.
So could you have gone on the field for the Notre Dame and UCLA games without the shots?
No. The pain was, at this point, the pain was very bad.
But the shots of Toradol changed everything.
And how did it make you feel?
I felt superhuman. You can't feel any pain. Made me feel amazing.
ARMSTEAD says it was in the training room, known as the shot room, that he and many other USC players got the shot, administered both before the game and again at halftime. But ARMSTEAD says he was never told the name of the drug nor the possible risk of heart attack.
No.
At no point?
No point.
Medical records show most of ARMSTEAD's Toradol painkiller injections were administered by USC team doctor James TIBONE, a highly regarded sports medicine physician and a big part of the USC program, but still under an ethical requirement to reveal the risks, according to Professor Arthur KAPLAN of New York University.
Even if you're the team physician, you still have to follow the standard of care on informed consent. You better be disclosing all risks.
Dr. TIBONE, Brian Ross from ABC News.
Outside his office, Dr. TIBONE said he could not talk about the allegations in ARMSTEAD's lawsuit.
They say that you never told him about the side effects and warned him about
I can't comment on that because it's, it's a lawsuit.
But you feel it's appropriate to use
These are young, healthy people. We use it. We still use it.
When we finally caught up with the USC coach, Lane Kiffin, he told us he had no idea when or if Toradol was used on his players or of its risks.
Well, if that was the case, yeah, I did not know that till you just told me that. But if that is accurate information, I would want to know that.
That is.
As I said earlier, I'm not very educated in this field.
You think you might be now?
You educated me. Thank you.
In fact, there seems to be a collective ignorance about the painkillers used in college football. The governing body, the NCAA, told us it does not regulate nor even keep track of the use of Toradol and other painkillers on college athletes.
If we keep track of what happens, let's say, to horses in horse racing, don't we owe it to the athletes to keep track of what's going on in college sports?
Of the top 25 college football programs contacted by ABC News, 16 of them refused to say whether they used Toradol. Only 4, including USC, admitted they did use Toradol. ARMSTEAD says he is now fully recovered, and to prove that to NFL scouts, he played in the Canadian Football League, where his team, the Toronto Argonauts, won that country's version of the Super Bowl. And he was named to the All-Star team as a rookie, all done without any Toradol, a drug ARMSTEAD says he would like now to see banned.
If you can't play through the pain, then maybe you should just sit out and rest and let your body heal.
In our investigation, 6 of the top college football programs told us they do not use Toradol, including Oklahoma and Nebraska, which said they stopped using the painkiller last season following growing concerns about the risks, which, by the way, Bill, in addition to heart attacks, also include internal bleeding and kidney failure.